What is going on, guys? I am back with another video in my series of skilling and chatting on old school Runescape. Trying to really get into this a little bit more. Gonna try to become a little bit more, confident. We shall see. I doubt I'll get there. But yeah. So I'm really hoping to eventually start doing like a little bit more bossing content. Clearly not there yet with 62 attack and 41 strength. But I'm also thinking about doing RuneScape 3 content where I am able to do some legitimate stuff. So probably start adding that in once I have a little bit more time. Things have been real hectic here lately. Just inconsistent training schedule with MMA and stuff. I really gotta get that back under wraps. I was really hoping to start looking for a fight next month, but I don't know if that's going to be realistic. We shall find out. Anyways, just doing a little bit of smelting, making some cannonballs. These have been pretty decent moneymaker, although I'm realizing, well, they're going back up. They were like all the way up near 300 each, and then they kind of took a dive, which that wasn't great. So, but mainly, honestly, it's just decent XP. I can't even say decent. It's pretty atrocious XP, but I'm a little bit more profit focused. Usually, I kind of play this. In my alternate account, I'll chop magic trees or whatever on my alternate account. Just go back and forth. Just trying to farm a little bit of cash. Nothing crazy. On my regular RuneScape, so RuneScape 3 account, I plan on. I really want to get to like 500 boss kills on each one, on each boss. I'm a terrible PvMer, I'll be honest. I've been maxed for, it's got to be closing in on 2 years, and I just suck at it. Not 100% sure what it is, but just not my strong suit. But yeah, if you guys are anywhere near Pennsylvania, man, this weather has been a rough. Which, you know what, I guess I can't really complain too much, but a lot of places have been having it way worse. It's like hurricanes going on down south right now, but man, we lost our power earlier today. I was a pain in the neck. But we were supposed to have some pulled pork and mac and cheese, some of that protein pasta and stuff, which I was super excited for, but fortunately our power didn't not work and kind of threw a wrench in those plans. But c'est la vie. Anyways, going back to kind of talking about things we were talking about yesterday, regards to books. So I know I have this as a gaming and training channel. I might lean more into the 360 man thing. I'm actually a huge book fan. I was talking about it with one of my clients this morning. I really enjoy reading those high fantasy novels, which I was talking about a little bit. And, I had a pretty interesting discussion with him this morning. I brought up that last time I was talking about, J.R. Tolkien having the greatest start to high fantasy and opening that door, but I don't necessarily think those are the greatest high fantasy books. And he brought up some good points about it, but I think that it's tough to always evaluate. I think the best example again is consistently, right? Those longer series, those 14 book series, 12 book series, whatever. The super long ones tend to have a book that drags, and a lot of them seem to have like a middle of 3 or 4 that drag. I think about Terry Goodkind, who, by the way, if any of you have read his novels, he unfortunately did pass away. But I very much enjoyed his novels, and I enjoyed a lot of his prose. However, he goes into it a little too, he went into it just a little too much in regards to just implanting politics into a book series where, yes, politics is great, but it was almost like it just didn't fit the tone of what he had set in books 1 through 4. Sort of truth. Didn't really have much of it. It kind of had to touch on it a little bit to explain, the horror versus the rest of the world. But after that, Stone of Tears went into it a little bit more, but not really. And then I personally think Blood of the Fool and Temple of the Winds are both pretty solid books, and I think those are the ones where he starts to go into it. But it's fine, it's a couple books, and it does let you kind of see what is going to be formed in this sort of ambivalent relationship between the two areas, but the new world versus the old world. And I don't know, I think it was necessary to have those, but I don't think it was necessarily completely necessary to include like the 5th, 6th, and 7th book being pretty much all about, I don't know, I feel like you just get a 40-page monologue versus like previously it would be so action driven. And don't get me wrong, the scenes of like Richard building the statues in the old world and reuniting the old world were phenomenal additions. But I just didn't feel as though some of the stuff that was outside of that, on top of that, was necessary, and don't know how much it drove the story after a certain point, right? But again, what do I know? And I'll probably change my mind 150 times about it, because I remember when I started those books when I was like, I don't know, 15 probably. I was obsessed. I thought these were the greatest books since ever. Honestly, I thought they were the best ones ever. And then, you read Song of Ice and Fire, and you're like, oh no, these are the best books ever. And then you read Wheel of Time, and you're like, I think these are the best books ever. And right now, I am going to venture to say I think they are my favorite series currently. However, I would like to get into more Brandon Sanderson. I think that his stuff is fantastically written, exceptionally driven through action and plot lines just converging. So I'm kind of excited to really get into that. Anyways, a little segue off of that. I'm going to go into some deets on main goals on this account. Kind of broke it down last time, but I want to get more in depth on the whys and stuff like that. So this is gonna be preliminary goals. 70 attack. I've already got an Abyssal Whip. It's time to be able to use it. 70 strength, just to balance it out. Also, at 60 strength, I finally unlock the Warriors Guild, which then I'll just strength train there until I get all the defenders. Defense, I'm cool with keeping it there for now. I'd like to get it to 75 for the Dragon Fire Shield, just to have a complete armor ensemble. Ranged, I would like to get to 65, somewhere in that range. I believe that's the old level armor that I used to unlock at. Let me see. Perhaps I am wrong. Looks like it's 70 now on this one. And I could have sworn it was 65 for defense, maybe, on Aberdale. Nope. I'm just probably misremembering it. But yeah, so I'm hoping to get to 70 then, ranged. I want to get to 70 prayer, obviously, to unlock all the better prayers down here. Well, up through piety. I want to unlock piety, but augury will be important, but I feel like piety is the only one that's necessary. Every account, the basis is, let's get a fire cape. Rigor might be worth it, so maybe 74. Magic, 75. I want Fire Blast. Where are we at? Sorry, Fire Surge. Wind Surge. Jeez. Fire Wave. Holy crap, that was so ridiculous. Fire Wave. And then, let's see, we got to do some desert treasure also. So, I guess we'll have to see what, like, blood spells and stuff. I know the first time I did it on RuneScape 3 was when it was RuneScape 2 at the time. And I definitely did it with Blood Rush or something. Anyways, rune crafting, I want to get it to 50. I kind of want to get anything that's like a skill I don't have a direct goal for, at least to 50. Like rune crafting 50, hunter 50, construction 50, farming 50. I want to get this to, is it 78 for gargoyles? 75 for gargoyles. And then I want to get 99 fletching, just because, you know, it's an easy one. Pretty AFK, honestly. You're just cutting some logs every minute or so, checking in. Crafting, just getting it to 70. Thieving, 50. Herblore, honestly, just grind it up. I feel like it's one of those skills where it's like, if you do it, it's pretty much all or nothing. Like if you get to that, close to that 99 area, it's great. But outside of that, like, there's some uses, but, especially if you're an Iron Man, very useful. But outside of that, I don't know how useful it would be for my certain case. Let us go back. Mining, I want to go for 70 for adamantite. Smithing, I'm just going to keep grinding it just for the extra money. I enjoy having it. It's a skill that I typically don't train, which is also why I'm trying to get motivated to do it through talking to you guys and sounding like an idiot to you guys. Fishing, 76 for sharks. Cooking, 80 for sharks. Fire making, 50. Don't really have a set goal. 75 for magic logs, for wood cutting, and then we already talked about farming. Other things, I also plan on eventually sharing the grind that I'm doing on RuneScape 3. I'm going for 120 dungeoneering right now. And then it's going to be 120 Slayer after that. And then Necromancy. I'm going to try to get to 120. That will be probably when I really start getting into bossing. So hopefully, if any of you guys could give any suggestions or possibly even add me or whatever, just shoot me a message, leave a comment, whatever. I would love help figuring out what bosses to do, where to start to learn, what mechanics to look out for, and just anything to optimize. But yeah, really looking forward to doing that. Also on that account, I think I have a bank value goal that I'm looking for. I'm looking to get to around a 10 bill total bank between my accounts on RuneScape 3. Right now, I'll be like right around 5.4 billion between all of them. So I'm quite a ways off. I've been doing Frost Dragons just because they're pretty easy to just go in there, you fight them. You gotta pay a little bit of attention because of the reflection damage that they implemented for bots, which, by the way, it hasn't really gotten rid of them, but they aren't in there that often anyways, so I don't know, maybe that is for that reason. I wouldn't venture to guess that. I would assume it's because there's much more profitable bosses now that can be fought by these bots, but I will not pretend to be an expert on either software or bossing, because I am an expert on neither. On top of that, let's see. I think that's about it. I do hope that you guys are not just watching this. I'm really trying to work on my confidence, so I apologize if these videos are a little too boring. Give me some tips. I mean, tell me what I can talk about, what you want to hear about, whatever. And then also check out my Borderlands 3 series. It may not be your style, but I'm doing a use it and lose it run, which may sound like something that you might not know of, but it is where you get, every time I kill an enemy or pick up an item, I have to use the last item that was dropped until I get the next one. And I just can't use any other weapons. I've been enjoying it, very much so. Probably will want to go back to that first video at some point, potentially add some edits to it to establish the rules, make them clear. But I might just keep it the way it is and have that be my first raw footage series. And then from there, I plan on doing Moose, then the Siren, I'm blanking on the name right now, I don't know why, Amara. I'm just going to go through them and then have Flack be my last guy I use to make that run. I wanted to do it with Zane first, to do the one that I feel like would be the easiest to play through, just to see what it's like, work on routing, get myself familiar with the map again, because I haven't played for a while. But ideally, I think that my main goal will then to be to play through it with each character, so that's why I have specified Zane on the series. Anyways, guys, leave a comment, tell me what I need to talk about, what I need to fix, help me out, seriously. Subscribe if you could, if you enjoy the videos, or if you really want to see where this goes, subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day or night, or whatever's going on. Bye-bye.